had a questionable start, of course, but
Sure.
it's hard to look at Method and just deny that there's ability there, because you look at the roster, you look at the veterans, you look at the map pool, you look at the results, but they just can't get the 2 zeros.
I'm not sure what it is, and it's never too late though, Lauren. So tonight they get the 3 points, they find themselves a 6, and they still have a chance of making that 4th place. Obviously, Infused, I think they're a bit hungrier for this one after their performance last week, getting that first big win, and looking to almost be cemented at 4th place. Now, I think if they pick up just one map tonight, they'll be in pretty good stead to do that. Get the 2-0 pretty much locked in. So they're going to be wanting that the 3 points like tremendously. Absolutely,
especially with Endpoint lighting a fire now under the rest of the teams. Then being able to pick up a win, chip one away from one of the top teams as well, getting a little bit closer to it. And Infused did win the knife while we were having a little chat there, so we can find out which side they're going to be starting on. Did they opt for T? This could be quite interesting. That'd be a nice little touch if they're feeling confident coming into it.
We know the CT size of these UK teams has been lackluster at best, so maybe that's some sort of psychology there. We'll see. Infused kick things off though with 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs. Most teams do favour towards that B bomb site, and that's indeed where they'll be heading. That smoke presumably used towards connector or the upper platform if they like. Depends which way they want to go with it. A couple of flashbangs over. And now they're slowing things down, hoping a mistake is made by the CT. It's going to be Weber challenging and dueling towards that upper round.
But I like this from the CT side as well. I like the 4-1 play. Neil's on his own by A, but the breakthrough's already happened. Trials is going to find Stanley, and that's a problem now. Weber needs to step up. The superstar, people described him as, but he needs to deliver. It's Jenko behind him finding Aaron, and there it is. Solid as a rock, it seems, Weber. There's the control you want to see from Method, and a good start to this game. First round on the board, a nice confidence builder to get things started with.
Yeah, there's been times where Weber has been the absolute best player in the UK. Never really found the stardom or, I guess, the notoriety he deserves in terms of making it to a big team, but always going to be a danger on the server. He delivers there in the pistol round. 3 big headshots, probably staying alive longer than he should have done. On those steps there, they couldn't quite find the headshot, but he finds 3 kills at the P2000, delivers the round victory for Method there, and Infused a very basic approach. I was a little bit disappointed with that one. Didn't really work out for them, but they will be force buying here in the 2nd round. Tech-9s, P250s, and a deagle for Aaron. We'll see if he can step up here. Another very skilled player on the Infused side. It's 1-0 in favour of Method. They've got 1 rifle here, 4 SMGs. We'll see if they can hold off the incoming approach towards drop down. Yeah,
Trials with the only smoke really to make a play with. Probably going to drop it off towards the electric box side of drop, maybe split towards A as they have those 2 players waiting towards middle, but see if they can bring those guns to bear. They do operate so well in close range, but Pulse seems aware this could be a possibility, so falls back, smartly done, but seems unaware of it. Trials then strikes. This could be now a problem. The A pinch has begun. The 2 players who can stop this before it starts, one is Weber. Did well before, but not this time. Red Snake is there. The headshot comes through now. Niels is surrounded on all fronts. They're even winning the fight over by drop that they shouldn't be doing, and Niels gets his gun out. Pistol is not enough to do it. And Aaron punishes. Now it's down to Stanley on the retake, and what a turn of events, Henry.
They're always the most gutting rounds to give away after you really fight for that pistol, get the victory there, expecting that 3-0, losing to the Tech-9. It's always going to be very disappointing there. Towards drop down, an A split technically coming for 2 players in middle as well, 3 players in the drop down area. It's a duel that Weber had to win there. In that danger room, he had to find at least 1 frag, couldn't do it. Red Snake found him with the Tech-9, and then nothing could be recovered by Neilzino. It's a difficult round to give away, but Method will be rebuying round number 3 here. They've got Deagles, and they've got a UMP in the hands of Stanley as well, one of the young guns we talked about in the pre-game. 1 smoke to work with. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Looking at the Infused buy. Okay, Stanley, that was very aggressive. Before I can even finish my sentence, he's running towards drop down. Normally you want to hold that position and see if someone walks into your crosshair. He makes a lot of noise and gives away their only weapon there. The UMP goes down. At this point, Infused, they can just bide their time. They don't have to do anything now. They've got the 5-on-4. Work out whether there's any stacks towards this side of the map, use their utility, and then go in together. That's the important thing, isn't it? Chad mentioned it on the desk. Sponge, bringing up the utility allows you so many opportunities on this map, especially in rounds like this. You can just kind of avoid the risks almost. You put a couple of Molotovs down, you can work around it. Risks, and that's the thing. You want to be using that utility as best you can, but here we go. 1 frag for Jenko, and that's all he'll get for now. Red Snake gets the refrag, and that's fine. They keep the advantage. It's going to get a little bit deadly. Pulse certainly has an opportunity here. Lovely shot towards 1. If he can hit the follow-up, that'd be brilliant, but Niels is there. And suddenly we're in trouble. That utility's not being used. They're just depending on the firepower, and it's cost them dearly. Weber. Anything to be done here for you? A 1v2, not easy. Position already noted. Nothing to make the play with apart from the Deagle to hand, and now a UMP off to the side. Fry looking to keep it under control. I think they might have caught a glimpse on the radar then. Flash comes in. Fry tries to back. Good tag. That's all becoming a little more possible. Spam goes in. And the time ticks. There it is. Good work from Fry. And you could
you can tell this is a bit of a grudge match. There's
Yeah.
something between these two teams.
Yeah, it's back and forth so far. A close round there. Not as pretty as I'd like from Infused there. They got that man advantage and seemed to get almost ahead of themselves, running out one by one through the drop-down area. Didn't use the smokes or the Molotovs we previously discussed. They had those available as well. It seemed to get a little bit anxious in that situation, but it was fine. A 2 versus 1 works out in their favor. Weber unable to make anything happen there with the Desert Eagle. Has to be the full eco for Method at this point. Nothing really invested into the round. They got $600 in total brought into round number 4. That's 2 PT50s. Nothing else at all. And this will be a B rush from Infused. These sort of rounds, it's fine just to rush Bs. You know they've got absolutely nothing to hold you off, and there's actually an open bomb side as well. No one waiting for them. Round done. I hate to be a pessimist, but there's no way that the Seeds can do anything about this.
No, I liked what Method were doing. I guess you could call it the Virtus Pro, right? The line of players over in middle. Exactly, and it's a nice idea. If they do come middle, you probably get a gun away. You make it a little more costly than expected, but you wouldn't expect much more. But all that aside, that's a little bit costly, losing out on a rifle
No
there.
need for it as well. You know that Fulika, you're the one who's got something to give away. That's an AK-47, and that's Trials, one of the younger players, maybe showing his inexperience there. There's really nothing to benefit from that position, that sort of play. He jumped up the window, he's given away his 4K buy instead of maybe finding a kill for $300. They've got nothing to save. You might as well exit together. Give no chance to you to drop by yourself. And here we go, Brett taking Aaron, rectifying the situation, but the damage has already been done, really.
Lovely intuition from Aaron as well, instantly looking towards the smoke, expecting maybe some more pressure, and there was Jenko. So beautifully done, and that's kind of what you want to see as well. Aaron starting to get into this. If he starts to really build into the game, there's a lot of fire this guy can bring, whether it be the impact on the team, what you hear behind, or literally the impact he individually has.
He's always been a hot property within UKCSGO. He's a very well-rounded player, very experienced as well, dating up to 1.6 and played for big teams and source like MTW as well. Never the star player, but always just very good, safe set of hands, and that's what he brings the team Infused. And we'll see if they continue this good form and go into round number 5 here. It's 3-1 in favor of Infused. They're going to have a P7 here and a faster approach. They know that CTs have force a couple of rounds in a row. Money won't be great. They're going straight in. All in as Jenko. He's ready to defend off the speed bomb side.
4-1 again. This time you're going to have Niels being over here rather than it being Weber, and he's done very well. Stanley then joining in at the right time, not allowing the split to come through, in a very, very swift shutdown there. No real shot for Infused to make 3. It felt a little disjointed. It felt a little bit here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, it's one of those rounds. You know the CT money's low. You want to throw a spanner in the works, keep changing the pace. They've had a few defaults now. You've got an MP7 there, throw some basic smokes, flashbangs, and just hope the CTs aren't ready for you. If you win that round, you probably run away with a half. But as you can see, Method really only dropped 2 frags as well. But still, Infused are fine with that. They knew that was a bit of a bonus round for them. They had the MP7 there, Galil as well. We get to round number 6, and the AWP comes out for Fry. A player a lot of people have been talking about. He impressed us against Prophecy as well. Some great AWPing there. We'll see if he can step up here around number 6.
No, it does seem to be that Fry against Jenko battle for the young gun, doesn't it, between these two? So keep your eyes on both and see who comes out, I guess, the best at this point. He's playing a very passive role. Just sitting back, seeing if anyone's going to be pushing towards A, all the way back by Fountain. So I can imagine Infused here going to take a bit more of a slower approach.
This will be a classic default. It's very rare for a CT to push long A as he's waiting for in the top and middle. So they're just holding up and seeing the CT making mistakes, bleed out some utility here, try and get control of drop down and the upper platform as well, primarily the former. And you can see Red Snake and Trials ready and waiting there, dropping some utility now, flashbangs as well. They won't be committing to the bomb site here, just trying to find the first pick, but Pulse looking to shut that idea down.
Well, Niels was in this exact spot last round, but it seems to work again. Finding Red Snake, but the follow-up not going to be there, but still a kill is a kill. It's not a bad way to get things started, but it is a 4v4, so it does sit quite uncomfortably with the CT side, even though the HP is still better off overall.
Yeah, technically it does favor the terraces, so a refrag's absolutely fine. They do manage to get control of the drop down as well, so looking in pretty good stead as we hit the 40-second mark. CT's now have 1 incendiary, a few flashbangs, so Infused have done a very good job bleeding him out. You can see they've still got 3 smokes. They can still fully execute here. And we'll see whether Jenko can find the next frag.
This could be huge. 30 seconds left. Anything he stops. Oh, it's perfect from Jenko. 3 kills. Aaron, Trials, and Mick all suffer. It's down to Fry, but he's got 20 seconds. Nothing to be done, and Stanley secures the deal, but a lovely bit of work from him.
He had to step up there. Like I said, they had no utility to hold off a full execution there. They didn't really have much information. He gets flashed in, finds that 3-man spray down as well. You can see Infused, they just didn't see that coming. They weren't ready for it whatsoever. They line up quite nicely for him, and he's going to be very happy with that indeed. Sure, he only gets 3. He gets taken down, but the job was already done. 20 seconds, as you mentioned. They know exactly who the last player is. Lovely work from Method. Just when you feel like you've got nothing to really work with their time ticking away, you just want to find out what they're doing. A 3-man spray down for the young man. Very good indeed. Round number 7, and Infused with no bomb plants the last couple of rounds. After taking eco, it will be Desert Eagles, Tech 9s and PT50s. They managed to get 3 sets of armor as well. Trials of the head armor, but no nades, Lauren. That's going to be difficult to even enter a bomb site with that sort of buy.
Absolutely. You can see Method starting to wind up a little bit here and starting to get a little bit more awake. Bear in mind, this is the last game of the day, so they've been keenly watching all the other games. Of course, Infused, I guess, run through this depends on many other teams at this point as well. As can be said for Method, but still. Last time we saw Weber being tested here, he didn't really come up to scratch. It was actually the Tech-9 that took him down at that point. Does still have Niels there with him this time, so no 4-1 that we're seeing. Oh, a little bit of danger going to be put down there. Molly up towards drop, doesn't find anyone, and here's the crossfire. Niels spots 1, spots 2. That's lovely from Niels. Not letting it get away from him. Red Snake still for... Oh, God, Weber just gets pushed aside. Red Snake absolutely battering them. But Pulse gets there in time, but he's doing all right with that Tech-9, Henry.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's known as one of the lesser fraggers in UKCS. Definitely experienced player, but had a rough time here in the Elite Series. He's the in-game leader. That's what he brings to the team. But the last few weeks, he's been posting numbers like 4 kills in a map, 5 kills in a map. But seems to be today, especially with that Tech-9, he's stepping up. And you can see them on screen right now. It's discussing the idea. Obviously, we talk about Neil M a lot. He helps out the tactics as well. The coaches are allowed to talk throughout the halves as we go on. So we'll see whether he can actually lend his mind to the Infused side. But it's going to be Method now taking the lead at 4-3. All coming out for Jenko. Looks like another fast B approach here. Through the smoke they go. It's Aaron to lead the charge.
Oh, good flash will force at least Jenko off the angle for now. He will have a bite to the cherry, but misses, and there's the punish from MTK. This is lovely work from Infused. This is the pace you wanted to see coming out at the beginning. That very all-encompassing hit coming through. No gaps in the hit, no hesitation. Lovely work, bomb plant. Weber is completely locked out.
Not really much he could do about that. Let's came down to hitting some shots there. Jenko, we needed him to start hitting some shots with the AWP. If he hits one of those, he buys himself a bit more time, allows some rotations from his teammates there. But Aaron, not messing around whatsoever. Hits the first shot. Sure, he goes down, but the job had been done. They cracked open that B bomb site efficiently. The B rush working out quite nicely. A few smokes in there as well. It wasn't a complete dry hit. Smokes down, flashes out, make things uncomfortable with the CTs. And if they miss a few shots, they're going to get punished for that. That's exactly what happens here. Infused tie things up at 4-4. And we'll see whether they can lock down Weber as well, who had an amazing pistol round, but has been quite quiet since then, having a bit of trouble toward that danger area. He's holding the A side of the map, and for now, he's up in the tower, hoping to save onto his M4. And it's quite a valuable save as well. He's got the incendiary, the smoke, the flashbang as well, and a diffuse kit. That's a lot of utility to take to the next round. There he is in his screen right now. I assume he survived. It didn't look like they were anywhere near him.
Yeah. Unlikely they found it.
Now, the good thing with Infused is they're in charge of the pace. They're dictating the way this game's going. They've done some defaults, they've done some executions, they've tried a couple of rushes now. So Method are going to be a little bit worried as to what they'll be presenting going forward now. I assume the money will be okay for the CTs. Yeah, so okay, definitely. So it's going to be like a FAMAS, a UMP, a couple of M4s there. They are fully invested into this one. 1-2 kits and a little bit of utility as well. It's not the ideal, but certainly enough to win around here. Molotov's used at the start of pushing these CTs back. They wanted to get aggressive there on the upper platform, but another default round here as Red Snake watches toward 1A.
First time we've seen a rifler kind of soloing out towards A. Last time we saw Fry kind of very passively wait and see if anyone pushes. Maybe they're just trying to get the feel of how Method play that A side of things. They've had a good couple of bits of success with the Tech-9, so they certainly have an idea of it. But Aaron still having a look towards platform. Smoke goes up, flash comes out. They are trying to work that utility away, and they've done very well at that.
Yeah, look at the CTs, what they've got left. They've got flashbangs, that's it. No smoke, no incendiaries. It's once again, it's Infused, bleeding them out. And this is when we need to see players like Jenko flash in, try and get that first pick, because you know you're not going to be able to hold off the full execution with not really much to work at there. Flashbangs can be powerful, but Aaron, he's encroaching towards the B side here. Jenko towards the hobby hole. Stanley boosts up in the tree as well, so trying to be a little bit more diverse with their setups here. Stanley,
oh, that Molotov.
Yeah, has to drop off.
Absolutely lovely. Stanley's going to be suffering off the back of that. Good flash.
Oh dear.
He's still in it. No! It trickled off the edge. He just wasn't aware. The flash was well timed on it. And Pulse now has so much to worry about. Drops vulnerable. He doesn't know that it's safe for now. Everyone's already come through from form. You can see the kills are coming in. Trials there, lands towards Niels, and he pushes forward. The young man's come alive in this one. And now Weber, again, locked out. Very little to do at this point.
Yeah, that tree play. Sure, he made the right call, dropping off, but you can see that's a set-piece Molotov, meaning it's a lineup. You know exactly where it's going to go. It hits the tree, sure, but it does trick it off beneath as well. And you combo that with a flashbang, you assume you've dropped down and you're safe, and he's just taking damage. And before he realized, he'd already gone down knife in hand as well. So a lovely start there from Infused, keeping 4 players alive as well. Sure, Method did a load of damage. You can see the HP remaining from Infused, but it's not enough. They're not finding frags here. 1 per round is not going to be enough to actually get more rounds on the board here. Weber, once again, he's holding A. He's their star player. He's not really getting a chance to really sink his teeth into this first half. He's on the A side of the map, and they might want to consider changing the setups at this point. He's getting none of the action. I think Infused are very happy with that. They can stay away from Weber. Don't give him anything to work with there. Keep shutting down this B site time and time again. They're absolutely fine. I don't think we've seen the bomb go down on the A site as of yet. Heavily focusing towards B, and Weber not getting a look in once again.
This is Trials finding so much room to work here. Lovely little follow towards Pulse at the end, but beautifully done. But yeah, as I said, I'm hoping Weber finds more of a bit of play here, because he does seem to kind of fall to the shadows a lot, even career-wise.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely true. Like, it's been a little bit of a disappointing career in CSGO for him. At one point, one of the hottest properties in CS, British CS Source, and hasn't really found his feet in CSGO. It's been 5 years now, and it still just hasn't happened for him. We'll see what he can do going forward. I've heard some rumors, and maybe he'll have a resurgence, who knows. Either way, he's got the M4A4 in this round, and his teammates, they have to eco. It's round number 10. Let's see if the star can step up here. He is towards the B side of stance, where Infused have been favouring. He needs to find some tremendous headshots here if they're going to stand any sort of chance to win this round.
Yeah, this would be one of the rounds to really put him on the board if this is a statement piece from him. If he can make something happen, brilliantly done. The rest of his teammates, of course, have very little to play with. Upgraded pistols, no utility. One flash goes in. Fry has a little look, and already Weber's down to 15. Disappointing for him. And you can see Mick already just taking strides in the right direction. There goes the gun, and there goes the rest of the teammates. Jenko's still trying to do work, and Pulse did find Fry, but by this point they are just hunting them down like a pack of wolves. And no more to be found.
There it is. And just a note as well, for any new viewers out there, the reason they started screaming so much when they killed Weber, they knew he was the player from the last round to save that rifle. So as soon as they kill him, that's a big scab to take. They know they've guaranteed the round at that point. So that's why we hit the big cheer when that second kill came in. Like you said, Weber down to 15 HP. Ideally wants to throw the gun over, but wasn't really the opportunity to do that. Mick managing to find a few frags there, 3 in total. And that's lovely stuff. Once again, that B bomb site, it's a massive issue here. And Method that is chasing Infused now. It's 6-4. They have to keep buying into this one. Famises, M4s, no kits. They do have the utility to work with here, but it's just not working out. They're not changing this setup either. It's 2 towards long A, 3 at B. They're not getting picks with this one, and Infused don't seem to be even flirting with the idea to go towards the A side.
It's all in their hands as well. If Infused do decide, oh, let's just switch it up on them. Let's throw them a bit of a curveball.
The only time I've seen Infused go towards danger in long A is when they have those Tech 9s. And it's working out for them as well. So I guess they are showing presence there in some senses. But in the gun rounds, most teams will go towards long A, push the CTs back, take that vision away, then go back towards B. Infused is a very simple game plan, but it's working out for them. The B defense for Method seems to be very weak.
Here we go. This could be the first time we're seeing a little bit of a play towards A. This could also play in Weber, bear in mind. Been talking a lot about this man, but haven't seen much played off the back of it. Niels has actually been taking a bit of the spotlight in that sense, which is something you don't often see or normally...
No, similar to Red Snake, in-game leader, a veteran, but not known as the highest fragger for the team.
Yeah. Certainly not a role he should be given either. He's very good at what he does, so doesn't necessarily need to be the one to bring the 5 out, but Trials is picking so much room. He's selling a bit of a kipper, and oh, what a shot as well. Weber falls. Ooh. If the follow-up happened, that would have been absolutely incredible. Jenko, I think, has a great idea about this as well. The Molotov's going to give it away a little bit here, but oh, he's still doing work. Jenko, that's 2. The third's just out of reach, but that plays in Pulse now.
There we go, the bomb's down, so the cities can rotate in. Aaron, I'd have liked it if he got a bit more aggressive there, maybe towards the steps position, find that refrag, but now the CTs have all the information and the advantage as well. Fry will be joining Aaron. No nades to work with here, but can they find the headshots required? Smoke will be deployed. After Fry now, one of the young guns for the team. It's Pulse waiting behind the statue.
10 seconds, it's got to go perfectly for Infused, and it's so unlikely. 9, the play comes in, the bomb's gone down. Fry needs to find all 3 in 5, well, 2 now in 3 seconds. It's not going to happen. No, not got the AWP yet.
He's got it.
He's got it. All right, fair enough. Had a little bit of a fumble in the end, but it's fine. I guess we saw finally a little bit of a slowdown.
Well, and it didn't really work out, but they tried to go towards A, Lauren. Maybe to stick to your guns, keep going up B-side. To be fair, they got a decent trade there, but it's Jenko managing to do good work here, dancing in the flames as well. He gets 2 kills and sets his teammates up, and they tried to plant the bomb in the smoke there, but Stanley, obviously aware of it, willing to sacrifice himself to deny that plan. It goes down very well for him, but unfortunately for Method, sure they win the round, but only 2 players survive. That means there's a lot of reset potential here. This is the must-win round, and it's Weber down to the UMP. Like I said, the star player. Let's just rush B again, boys. It worked out before. Surely it's going to work again.
Jenko, when he can get aggressive, you can see he can do damage, but right then he's just resting on his laurels and there's nothing to be done. Again, Infused, brute force through towards B. 4 players alive. Everything's going well for them, and it's down to the classics, the duo, Niels and Weber, to try and play this one off, but so far not been happening, but Niels showing some real prowess here.
No need for that, he's by himself. You've got smokes down to get towards the platform as well. Sure, you want to set up the trifecta of doom, platform, tree, and the chicken house as well, but still, that was not required. He gives the kill away for free, and Weber's coming to the flank. They don't see this as a possibility as well. These are free frags. Why are they not checking the platform? The flashbangs are good as well. Surely Method win this round. There it is, both frags. Extremely sloppy from the Infused side there. That was not good enough. Red Snake especially, no need to push out there. Just gives his kill away for free. He's hungry, not known as an aimer, not known as a jeweler like that. He wants to be holding an angle, getting guaranteed frags and making them come to him, but a misstep gives it away, and Method could be very happy with that situation. Around, they potentially shouldn't have won that, Lauren.
You can see them and hear them discussing how to handle those B hits. Jumping to Speedway, we need early nades. They're trying to think of a way to handle it.
Well, that's the thing. They're lucky to get away with that. They lose the first 2-3 frags there with one trade.
Yep.
4-on-2, I think that was, and Neil gifted some M4 kills there. That shouldn't be happening. So, looks like Infused, like we said, dictating the pace right now. Did some B rushes before. Now it's doing a full-on A execution. Weber has to fall back. Good rotations from Neil Zeno, though. Spots him. Flashbang comes out. As we Weber with the AWP, trying to shut them down.
Weber, you better be ready to deliver us something rather nice here. First will come, and the second will follow. Aaron punished for trying his best, and Pulse is there to support. Nice play from him to fill when required. It's down to Fry and Mick to try and find a room to work with here, but so unlikely. So many opponents in great positions too. Good work from Fry there to alleviate the pressure over by Stables. Smoke goes in towards door. Has a little look. Doesn't see anyone yet.
A chance here now. That's a lovely frag towards long A. Takes down the AWP. Mick getting some positional control as well. Looking towards the murder hole. Just about gives the frag. Stanley, that is. He takes him down, and now it's a 3 versus 1 for Fry. He's had some great rounds so far, but this might be a little bit too much of a reach for him. Flashbangs coming in. They're not effective, but it looks like they'll get the kill regardless. Pulse, not the easiest of spray downs, but manages to pull it off just about there. And now Infused, it seems like they're crumbling slightly, I have to say. Some of those rounds, sure, they're getting towards the B side, but some key plays there, some big mistakes, and now towards the A side, that full-on rush, and it's Weber, the AWP, finally coming to life now, looking like he's getting in his zone. And Infused might be out of ideas here. They're relying heavily on these rush B. Let's rush A. Sure, it could work against a UK team. You know, the CT defenses are weak, but right now, Method is starting to show up.
Yeah, look at the money. It's been pretty shattered here. And Mick onto the CZ, Tech 9s. You know, keep it simple, it seems, is the name of the game here. Just keep applying pressure, and I guess until it breaks. And I guess if Fry can deliver this more often than not, then you've got a fair bit of potential, but it's unlikely you should be able to do this on a regular basis. But somehow, it seems to work. How are these rounds happening? Henry, I don't understand.
It just seems that they can't handle this B site. It's a real problem for Method, and why not? If you're Infused, you know it's so poor over there. You're winning, like the round they lost before, they got all the entry kills. It's just a post-plant situation that fell apart, but they've gone Galil's Tech 9s there, rushed in towards me. I think they had a couple of AKs as well, just working together. It's Fry. Like I said, he's been so strong for this Infused side. Finds 2 opening kills, and then Weber, once again, we've seen this a lot in this first half. Him left looking at 6s and 7s towards the A-bomb side. This time saving the AWP, but it's going to be Infused tying things up at 7-7 as we enter round number 15. They know Weber plays towards A. I'd be hunting him down right now. You know he's got the AWP. He showed that in the previous round, and he hasn't got to position like the tower, so he's certainly vulnerable here. You can hear Aaron coming on the other side from middle, but he's got bigger problems as Trials is coming right behind him, walking in. Ooh, not the knife. Okay, make sure he gets the kill there, and Weber, he's laughing about it. He's enjoying himself. So
oh, fun and games, Henry.
Yeah, very jovial scene here in the Elite Series arena, but it's round number 15 now. The B rushes, the A rushes seem to be working out, and it's that defense from the CT side that shouldn't be so easy for them. There should be an abundance of utility dropped at the start, so they're running through smokes, flashbangs, HG grenades potentially as well to stop those rushes, but Method, they do have another AWP. It wasn't saving the previous round. It's Weber going with the glass cannon, and he has no armor. Rushing B this time is certainly showing presence, trying to bait out the nades. They drop all the same smokes and flashbangs. CT's going to panic, right? They're going to drop everything they've got to try and negate that rush again, but that's just bleeding them out. They've got 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs left, no kits. Weber has to work incredibly hard here to make that AWP do something. He's alone on A this time. They've sent 4 players B this time. We know that's been a massive problem for them this side of the map. The basic drop-down control coming in.
Yeah, it's down to Niels and Weber here. If they do go for the A split, which it looks rather likely, it's those 2 to receive. Niels playing by the door. Might catch out Red Snake, and he does. That's great. Can he stay alive longer? Can he call for support? Get back up in... So he's about to do it all himself. Aaron finally quells the threat, and it's on to Weber again, but surrounded in a very uncomfortable way. And Trials, there was a swift headshot.
Yeah. That could be the round as well, as they will get a bomb plan out of this. And like we said, CT's no kits, no nades now. The mandate advantage as well. A is incredibly difficult bomb set to retake, even when you have nades as well. But Aaron, if you can miss shots like that, maybe there's a chance. Great shot from Pulse. 3 on 3 now, and Stanley will be dropped at the same time. Advantage towards Infuse. It's Jenko desperately trying to make his way out. They can't really wait for the mistakes to be made here. No kits, like we said, at the 10 seconds defuse. Not going to come down to that. Quite a clean sweep there towards the end from Infuse. So I have to say, the tactical prowess from Infused, not that impressive, but
No.
why do you need it? If the CT defense on that B bomb side especially is so poor, you don't need all the tactics. Just keep throwing your players in there, basic flashbangs, a couple of smokes going in. They're not defending you off, so why not? Keep doing it. I think they realized that when they slowed it right down, that's when they were giving rounds away. They were allowing players like Weber to get into the game. Just keep rushing B, boys. It just kept working over and over again.
I'm curious on the half what happens. Again, we do see a very polarizing teams when the CT and T sides. It does seem as though some teams really do flourish on the T sides. I'm hoping that's not the case. We still see this quite back and forth game, even though it did seem as though a lot of it was Infused running over the opponents. It's still a relatively close scoreline. So if a pistol round goes to Method, if we see, you know, the money, there's a lot that can happen in this game, of course.
Anything can happen, Lauren. We've seen some very interesting rounds so far.
Yeah.
The pistol did go in favor of Method, but then they lost to the Tech Nines in the second round, and then there was a lot of force buy situations from Infused that probably shouldn't have worked out for them. A lot of weird clutches as well, poor decision making towards the end, but still, that's going to be prevalent for both sides here. I don't think the CT defense is going to be much better from Infused here. So Method going to be very aware of that. It's still an okay half of them. It technically still is a T-sided map, so they're fine. With 7 rounds on the board, that's not too bad.
I think it's because we put a lot of kind of value to the name of the players on that team. We look at them and expect, not a lot, but we expect the basics to be covered. When you have names of that caliber, you have these experienced players, you kind of expect, all right, this is the good bare minimum. Not for your new player, not for that sort of level, but
yeah.
for players of their experience, for their years invested, you kind of want this level to be achieved. So that's why we look at them with a slightly, I guess, more judgmental eye to a degree. But
Absolutely.
8-7, of course, in the half. Incredibly competitive scoreline here. Infused now on the CT side.
4 sets of armor for Method. 1 smoke. That's for Neil Zeno as well. An HE grenade. No upgraded pistols here. Going to be focusing towards middle. They'll smoke connector momentarily, and there's Wolf back here towards middle. Red Snake with the P2000. Can't land any damage just yet, but does get a good call for his teammates.
Ooh, if Aaron can isolate one, that would have been perfect, but no. He's not the one to strike, and look at Pulse already trying to come through towards sight. The Glock comes out. The hits are not coming in for him. It's Fry again, but Jenko, the one to make it count. Now down to the 3v3. Bomb's not planted, bear in mind, so there's still plenty of opportunity here. Method, though, getting overwhelmed. You can see them falling like flies. It's down to just Jenko in a 1v3. No bomb planted, not much hope here. And Infused now. That's a lovely first round for them in the second half. Just elongates that scoreline favorably towards them now.
Yeah, doing a good job. It was looking so promising as well, but all fell apart at the final hurdle there. Fast towards A, but no bomb going down. It's going to extend the lead now for Infused 9-7. Quite a simple approach, I have to say. Lauren, I think we've run that a few times in our games.
Do you reckon they've been watching your demos?
Yeah, I think they've been watching us and downloading our kind of our play style. Didn't work out. Pretty much what happens to us every single time as
Maybe
well.
we need to work on that.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do going forward. But still, Method now on the force, but like I said, no bomb going down in that first pistol. So they're going to be force buying with Tech 9 CZs. A couple of smokes there as well. Not much to work with, but it's enough. We did see what Infused can do with those Tech 9s in the first half. And looking at the Infused buy, not a single rifle. I hate this. It makes me feel nervous every single time. You don't have the range, but Cobble, we've got lots of tight choke points. You can play close range. I suppose it's fine. We'll see if they can pull it off.
Well, the theory's there. Let's see if the execution is. Oh, that's not bad. Trial's going to find 2. Nice. This is the area you should expect it to work, though. Drop is the main choke point that you can really lock down. Those high fire rate guns that just do so much work in such close quarters.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of top tier teams that do this. SK,
oh, yeah.
#1 team in the world, they actually buy this fight.
It's just terrifying.
Approach, it just scares me.
Yep.
As a vanilla CS player, for someone that you just need 2 rifles, just to have that range, anchors on either bomb site, then you have the SMG's close range. But drop down, like you said, if they go towards that area, this MP9's going to chew through the opponents. And that's a force buy as well for Method. So they get nothing into round number 3 here. Nice lead. There's Neil M, I guess the most talked about player in the UK, who's actually just a coach. He's a character, a personality, if you will.
Henry, you had that title essentially for a while. The most talked about UKCS player who's essentially just a caster.
Exactly.
So
that's true, actually.
You're just a little jealous now.
I can barely talk at this point. I'm just here just to provide my voice. Now, no excite when I walk in the building. It's all about Neil M.
It is. There's murals of him on the walls.
That's true.
It actually, that's the point. We need a Henry G mural.
We'll talk about that next week. It's going to be a long A rush from Method here. A little bit desperate. They know they can't win this round. Just hope for the best with the PT50s and the Glocks. I don't think they've got the bomb down here as the first 2 frags come in favor of Red Snake and Aaron. There's Aaron with his second as well. The Glocks do find 1 kill, to be fair. It's Weber taking down Red Snake, but that's all they get from him. So $300 gain from the round. Not really much to talk about. It'll be the first gun round going into round number 4 here. So CTs, they certainly have a little bonus round, we call it, Lauren, meaning they didn't bring many rifles into that previous round.
Is that what we call it?
I call it that. I know you've got a different name for it. What is it?
I remember someone telling me it was a Jaden round.
No.
No.
A Jaden round is when you save all 5 SMGs. You don't bring any rifles into the first.
Oh, it's very specific.
Yeah, so you can see they have got 3 rifles there.
They've got in for it.
Yeah, so it's a bonus round in the sense Aaron keeps his UMP, but Fry, he upgrades the AWP. And against Prophecy, on this map, we saw him do very well indeed. High octane counter-strike, very fast pace of the AWP, shutting them down left, right, and center. See if he can deliver a similar performance here in the first gun round. It's Method though, and all on their side. You can see they are bled out a little bit here. 4 smokes, no molotovs, which are really key on Cobblestone. With that drop down room, pushing CTs back, upper platform as well, finding any high DCT players on the upper platform, but that's not an option for them, and it's Fry. Huge advantage here, in the sense he has no orbs up against him, trying to find that first pick.
Jenko really did set the bar for playing off of plat. He found those 3 big kills. There's Fry wanting his own.
He did just shoot and say, I'm over here, come get me, and then faces with his knife
3
out.
bigs.
It's a strange decision, but it does give away 2 frags. It's going to be Infused now in a 5-on-3 situation.
And they have so little ground. The main point, I guess, is that they have Stanley here, but he can't really go that far from it. He can make it uncomfortable. He can make it awkward for them to rotate. Maybe find trials. That'd be brilliant. If he could maybe get that going when they needed to, but they still have those 2 players up on long. That's the next big problem.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work out what the play there from Jenko is. He's always going to go up. Yep, there's a CT on the B side. There's no information granted there. He's literally just giving up his kill essentially there. But hey ho, it's 30 seconds remaining, and Method will be trying their luck towards the A bomb site, and that could work out for them. You can see the CTs are dug in towards long A, so technically the site is open. They can smoke that area off, but there's a little flank coming in here. And Stanley, he does find a frag towards drop down, so now there is a chance for Method.
Trials did already get his way round, and look at Aaron. Lovely timing on it, and there's the UMP at range. Something we are not seeing for a little bit of time, but works well.
Yeah, the UMP was nerfed, meaning it's a little less powerful now. It was a very prevalent weapon, but it was a bit too overpowered. So they removed the damage over a long distance for that weapon. But Aaron, he doesn't seem to mind. He still managed to find 2 big kills. They've given a lot of time. Obviously, a perfect flank from him in that respect. You can see they turn around, they try and take him down there, but the damage had already been done. And it's 12-7, another eco for Method. Not looking too good for them now.
No, it's starting to look very nice for Infused. Seems like they've got their CT side sorted here. They had the start they wanted. Got those SMGs out, they delivered too. You're kind of going through the checklist of ideal things that happen to a start of a second half. So, going to be a bit of a rocky road back for Method more than anything, and they definitely need this.
They needed the 2-0 today to have any chance of making it to the playoffs. Method needed 2-0. Infused could probably get away with a draw. Yeah. They're currently in the 4th spot, but Method, it's been a disappointing run in the Elite Series so far. Not a single win, lots of draws, 3 of those, which is 3 points, but they needed the three points today to really have a chance. Right now, it's not looking likely. Maybe getting a bit ahead of myself. They can still pull this back, but for now, it's pistols. CZ's Tech 9s, and a headshot as well. Aaron can find himself a spot above here. Yeah,
he's depending on Trials to help him out, and this is the problem that now begins. Niels and Weber get the breakthrough, the bombs on the side. They're going to get the plant. The retake becomes a little trickier. You can get good positions with these pistols. You can play those close angles. Niels does get himself a rifle as well. Pulse and Weber are low, however. 1 shot is all he can deliver, but there's Mick coming through. Bit of a wide peak on it, but does just fine. It's basically Niels to make the play here. Now they know where the rifle is. They want to try and get him down as quickly as possible, but it's all on him here. 2 kills. Can he make it any more? The swift answer, the quick answer is no.
Yeah, that's a resounding no, I would say.
I didn't realize Boaster's up there.
Yeah, he's in.
The war cries are coming through.
Yeah, well, I'm known for his shouting as well. That could be a problematic round for him. He hits 1 more kill. It's definitely a little bit dicey for them. But Mick, he steps up here, hits the shot that's required, and bails his teammate out there. So another big round for Infused. Looking very confident here on Cobblestone. And bear in mind, this is actually Method's pick as well. So that does not bode well going into map number 2. But like we said, we're not done just yet. They're on the T side, which is technically more favored, but I'm not sure on UKCS in this particular matchup whether that still rings true. But B rush, it works so well for Infused. We'll give it a go as well.
Oh, the flash though. Look at the counter flash. He's making it incredibly hard. As soon as Method step towards the side, they are blind, but they are delivering shots. Stanley and Weber come through, and that's the Weber you need to be seeing. It would crack open 2 big kills, get you the site, bombs down, and there you have it.
Works again, Laura, in the B rush. I think these teams just keep doing it. Just keep doing it.
Until one of them works out how to stop it.
Like, it seems like it's a little bit too easy. Sure, it's quite a nice B rush they're doing. They're dropping the smokes and the flashbangs required to actually find those first shot. And like we said, we're heavy hitting players in the form of Weber and stuff, but they're not running through flames so much. It doesn't seem like there's anything to really shut them down in that sense. And we know Infused got tons of money here, just didn't deploy the incendiaries. And Aaron and Red Snake saving their rifles at this point. So the B bomb site proving to be a bit of a problem here. It's obviously been a bit of a cliche here of the Elite Series that these UK teams have poor CT sides, and I think all of them have admitted that's a massive problem they have, and they can't really seem to rectify it right now. And it seems like, I think a lot of teams are just realizing we don't have to play proper CS. We can just rush bomb sites and they won't be able to hold us off because it becomes a bit of a free-for-all in that sense. Let our star players hit the shot to the AK-47s, make it a bit more puggy in that sense, and just punish the lack of setup we have on the CT side.
That's the Weber you want to be seeing, just swift approach to it, isn't it? Just decapitating people on the way through, but we need more of it.
We do.
As much as I do, you know, it's quite exciting to see those quick hits towards B, depend on your aim stars and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's exciting to watch, but it's not the CS that you're used to. You want a little bit more. I want to see them fight through how they get those sites. We'll see what Infused come up with now. Maybe they've got a good idea of this. You can see now Molly's going in, a couple of flashes, and not the quick hit that we saw before. So a lot of utility going to be used to try and hinder that quick hit if they did go for it.
Well, Method did bait out some grenades there from the CT side, but this time focusing towards middle.
Nice.
The bomb's there as well, so this will be a fast A here. They're going to be doing an A split. You see 2 players towards drop down as well. It's Jenko to Molotov out the murder hole. Aaron has to be the key player here for Infused. Can he do anything with this? Hoping a player comes along A, but it's nothing at all. His teammate's dropping around him, but he finds a kill. It's an equal exchange for now, but Pulse sees the difference maker. Still a 2-on-2 situation as Mick takes down Stanley.
Bomb needs to be recovered. A little uncomfortable here, and there's Mick again finding Weber. This is going pretty poorly. Pulse, though.
Yeah, this is a huge round as well. This is a huge reset potential, Lauren, so they need to be very careful. Pulse certainly can win this round. He's got a minute on the clock. Molotov, flashbangs to work with, still pretty healthy on 72 points of health as well. He's up against Fry. He's got the AWP, but you can see them. If we have a closer look at the CTs, they are sitting next to each other. They want to make this one solo interaction instead of separating. So holding the connector, that's a great place to do it, right? They can get information and then take him down together.
Pulse, though. Yeah. You know how important that round was.
Yeah,
I think you heard that. You already highlighted what that meant overall for the money situation going forward, what could have happened if it goes wrong or right. We saw the crosses being watched. But Pulse there's limited options. You have to take gambles.
If he had a smoke, he might have a chance there. He didn't. He had the Molotov and flashbangs. He can smoke the connector. He knows there's probably players in that area, but he has to take a deep breath, cross to the site. And they do have a bit of money here. The round they did win was pretty successful. So they have AK, sure, because you see Neil Zeno, no utility whatsoever. Just the AK and armor. That's $3,700 he had in his back pocket going to round number 23. Lose this round, Lauren, and it is game over. There'll be a match point Infused, and they'll have no money left at this Method. So they have to win this one. All in now as Neil heads towards long A. Jenko, he's on the upper platform. Orb in the hands of Fry, who hasn't been as prevalent as I was expecting with AWP, but still pretty spot-on game from Infused so far. Yeah,
and I'm looking at seeing this kind of combination between Red Snake and Aaron. I guess the veteran two holding towards A. It's a lot of feel coming in towards the CT side. If they did have it was, I guess, a 4-1 really. They've kind of floated back over Red Snake. Maybe hearing something here, Aaron. Maybe getting an inkling this could be another A split. He gets the support now he needs. So Jenko and Weber desperate to break through here by drop. You can see the bait of the sound there from Weber. Nice approach, smart play. Going to kind of keep Trials on his toes. He falls back around towards window. Still, Method hold their nerve here.
Yeah, well, this is more classic Counter-Strike. Got that long air control. You've pushed the CTs back. They now have no information on that particular area of the map. They can't really necessarily have one player there now. But Aaron, you have to be a key player here. He's right down the bottom of the middle, backed up by Red Snake as well. He's holding towards the APC, patrolling long A, not known as a jeweler as we described before. Trials goes down first. It will be another A split coming here. They make their way towards Connector, and Method looking very promising as we hit the 30-second mark.
Aaron could have had so much there. That's a shot and a half from Pulse, making up for that round that he just couldn't do anything with. And a little bit of a strike of revenge comes back in here. But
I'm just going to point out as well, Methods don't seem fired up at all when they win rounds, do they?
No.
They don't really seem
there's no... Yeah, we talk about the extremes, right? We talk about the Neil's kind of almost overzealous sort of approach where it can be a negative impact, but you want something.
You wanted this a fist bump, just to say, well done, bro. Like, thank you very much for that. Like, good, nice work. And it seems like they're just dead silent. I can think they're just talking about the basic strategy next round. I guess they're just concentrating on the game right now, but that's a big round for them to win. If they get this one, I want to see some sort of cry. I want to see some passion, you know, Lauren. That's what Counter-Strike's about. You do need a bit of that. And we get to round number 24. It's going to be a couple of pistols here for Infused, 5-7 for Red Snake. Trials on that CZ, but Fry, like we said, so good last week the AWP, but hasn't really stepped on this game as of yet. Hasn't had to, really. Haven't been on the ropes so far, but this is one of the rounds. If you can find kills here, all will be forgiven. Long A stack from Aaron and Red Snake. Red Snake trying to be baited in by Aaron. Aaron with the M4 and Red Snake indeed with that pistol, but that's a Molotov. Coming towards the position, they'll hear it as well. Flashbangs are good as he has to just spam wildly. He's definitely dead now. Aaron can't do anything about it either. Nice work from Pulse.
That was a nice little flash molly combo there.
Absolutely.
Timing on the peak.
See the panic, just, well, I'm dead now. I might as well spam my 5-7. Hope for the best. Didn't really work out for him though, did it?
No, I like that. That's what I want to see from Method, who are tipped to be one of the better teams throughout this entire season. Nice little individual play. Now Mick and Fry just left to kind of rot at this point. Obviously going to be hunted down at the end, maybe pressured. But this is the round you want to be hearing something from Method. Maybe a little, you know, maybe a smile, God forbid.
Let's listen out for it. I guess unless you get all 5 kills in a
it's
really
not
exciting
quite pumped
fashion,
up,
yeah, they save a couple of weapons, just like, okay, we've hit double digits, but still a bit of a dire situation still. It's 1 round away from match point for Infused, but bear in mind, just anyone who's just tuning in, this is Method's map pick. It was looking like it was all going to fall apart, but they managed to win a big round here, and another one here. It was some great work from Pols in the last few rounds as well. That long execution, like you said, pretty baiting in terms of just him doing it. It's not like a full team effort, but Molotov in, perfect flashbang as well, makes him panic and gets those 2 frags, and that's pretty much round over at that point. That's to Mick now to save his AK, or his M4 I should say, but he gets taken down, and now Fry, I don't think he'll be saving his AWP, but let's see.
Oh, it's a tough shot to miss.
Yeah, he's done for. Oh, maybe not. Oh, we'll never know. I can hear him scoping.
I'm listening out to it. I think he kept it.
I'm not sure. I was trying to read Neil's reaction. They did save the orb. Okay,
there it is.
Well, here we go. He's purchased as well. So Fry buys himself some utility. He gets a smoke, Molotov, a couple of flashbangs. I don't think his teammates will be joining him, but Method are right back into this game now. They know it as well. Looking very calm and calculated. Maybe that's their approach. They don't want to get fired up. They just want to make sure they keep their heads in the game. And now a chance to time out. We can see they're discussing the idea of a boost. Neil agrees. And we'll see. And they'll have no money. So family
their
show.
money's not great.
No, that's what he meant. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But it is a tactical timeout. We haven't seen really any tactical timeouts. This is the main thing. If you watch pro level CS, right, they're taking tactical timeouts. They have 4 available usually. They will take pretty much all of them in a big game. I don't think I've seen one since I've been casting here at the Elite Series, which is a bit of an issue. But still, we are seeing one from Infused now. Just a chance to take a deep breath. Neil can, I guess in this sense, the coaches in the Elite Series can talk throughout the round and stuff. So I think that's why it's not such a huge issue. But still, Neil now a chance to chime in and work out what the next buy is.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, if they can let us know, because I am curious about this, is I think you're only allowed to talk in the warm-up times in between.
Oh,
it's
okay,
not
so it's
allowed,
the round.
like,
okay.
So I'd be interested if maybe he's got something to say about this. Maybe that's a factor coming into it. But again, this is us theory crafting from what we can overhear. It's,
sure.
You know, it's a little hard to work out, but there is Fry. He's basically a difference maker. He's the one who can... Oh, my word.
Here we go.
Now, this is looking for differences. He had a chance then. Will he have another go at this one? Weber on the other side needs to land it, and he does. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, damage inflicted as well towards Pols, but it's only these default pistols for the remainder of the Infused side, and I think they'll be punished for that. Sure, they get the opening pick, but Fry's burning alive now, down to 50 points of health. Bomb will be planted. They obviously don't have a kit either. I think this is Operation Save the AWP at this stage as well. Looked a bit exciting of a nice boost. There's not really many options for the CT side to find individual picks at the start of the round. Boost towards drop down or face towards middle. That's pretty much it. And it works out for them, but as soon as they work out the orbs in drop down, they fully commit towards the platform, smoke him out, and he's out of the round at that point. You can see he's down to 27 points of health now, just trying to retreat. His teammate Trials will be certainly giving him the human shield and trying to wrap himself around him, and hopefully he can survive with that orb.
Oh, that's a visual, Henry.
It is, isn't it? I wasn't sure where I was going with that one.
I liked it, though.
We got there.
Yeah. Very descriptive cast, of course. 50 Shades of CS with Henry G. Method, though, going to keep the 4 alive. Bomb goes off, and we are... Easy Trials. He actually got the kill. Does he get the gun?
Bad.
And he does as well. Lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice.
That's actually pretty much as good as it could have gone. They had 1 orb, and they get a kill, get a couple of frags, and they save the AK and the AWP as well. So they have money to buy around this one, and they should be in pretty good stead. They're looking for one more round. That will relieve a lot of pressure here. Infused, certainly a team that can get frustrated and play. The coach behind him, Neil, as well, he can sometimes lose his head as well, lose his nerve, and maybe get a little bit out of that sort of enthusiasm and passion. And they know the games can slip away from them. They're certainly a team that's zoned to crumble, but let's see if they can step up here. It's Fry this time towards long A with the first frag and his position away.
No one's actively watching his danger either. He has no idea if someone's walking up those stairs. He does have support there, but that's horrible. He was out on his own, the timing's off. Jenko just punishes him so handily. It's just really disjointed hold towards A then.
Yeah, and now Method with full long A control. Method tried to make their way out towards drop down and certainly got somewhere, but Aaron brings it down to a 4-on-4. But you can see the CTs now just with flashbangs here. They have to actively work to these frags. Can't allow the execution to come in, but back towards B we go. And there's 3 players on the Infused side towards the A site. It's just poor old Mick who's holding B. he could find himself in a lot of trouble here. So Jenko's been given the task to maybe show his hand towards it, try and find that first pick, or he goes for the backstab. There are two options there. Throws a smoke, it seems like it's the former. He's trying to just hold the rotations off here, maybe get a frag, doesn't have to fully commit, just trying to stop them rotating towards B.
Lovely. I do like mixed position though. If he just plays it calm, he doesn't actually take the fights, he waits for them to play out towards the site, lets Aaron take the attention. It'd be lovely. Let's see if he holds his nerve. He doesn't. He takes the first fight he can, and that was deadly. But Aaron's there. You can see what that means to him. That's
a little bit dicey.
To say the least.
Great positioning, good timing. Didn't really stick the landing in terms of the shot, but he just about got it in the end. If he misses that and they lose that round, I think that's when Infused check out of the game and they realize they are going to crumble. But they managed to get round number 15 on the board. That is indeed map point on Method's map pick. So this is looking quite good, but still Method not out of it just yet. You can see their money's decent. Win one more round, that's a full reset for Infused this time, and they've got a decent buy here. All power for Neil, 4 AKs as well. A little bit faster pace towards middle here, but smoked out. And it's Pulse, who's been doing so well towards long A, trying to take down Fry. Is he alone this time? He has got some backup this time in the form of Aaron, so hopefully he won't get shut down from danger.
Just felt like Fry was worried about it more than anything. It's not even the active threat, but now he knows he's got support. He can just do what he wants, and the miss on the follow-up is not good enough, and there we go. Pulse, you highlighted him.
Yeah.
He is really finding form playing through A long, and the support arrives in the form of Trials. He finds one before he goes down, but this is kind of all-in play from Method. They're just throwing it at Infused, and well, Red Snake's not having much of that.
Oh, that was a brave push from Red Snake through that murder hole as well. They heard him shoot the vent out, but somehow comes out on top of it. Now it's a 2-on-2. Pulse and Weber. Good control towards the A side, with smokes available as well. They can smoke out balcony if they want to. Going to be smoking connector first. Molotov as well. This is very promising to get the bomb on the site. Pulse trying to funnel them towards the balcony, and after he smokes out connector, Weber a little bit tentative to join his teammate just yet, waiting for a mistake to be made. They need to be careful here, though. Flank's definitely a possibility, but not right now, as both players are towards the connector for the CT side. Pulse is clearing out the bomb zone now. Calling for his teammate. It is clear. Another smoke towards connector. Bomb will go down, but can the CTs do anything about this?
You can see Weber so cautious, so hesitant. Drops off the bomb to Pulse there. High flash comes in. No one pushes. 28 seconds, bomb to be planted. How do the CT side play this out? They're actually already working their way through. They're already out towards the site. Weber might be a little surprised by this, but no, nice positioning from Weber. And now it's just Red Snake trying to play back in. Close it out now. Don't let it spiral away. He knows where one is, but he can't find him in time. Weber is there, and there's still hope alive for Method.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big round, a huge 2-on-2 situation as well. But very well played there from Method, I have to say. Great teamwork. You can see what their approach was there. They had that bit of utility to work with. 2 smokes, Molotovs as well. Smoke the connector, get towards the site, clear the site out, making sure you don't give anything away, eradicating those risks. We discussed that idea before. Just a highlight as well. Pulse is doing great work towards that long A position. And Weber, that's a nice play. He sees the smoke come out towards connector. He knows the CT is their only chance really to sneak out there silently and try and get to the site together. Shuts it down, punishes them with their own smoke, and we're going to round number 28 now. This is looking like an overtime game, I have to say, but full-on B rush should be quite safe for the Method boys.
Yeah, this is not going to be an early night, it feels. Mick fancies a go at it. Jenko already going to be putting up numbers for Method. This should be clean for Method. They shouldn't lose out on players. They're facing together as a team, and they lose out on one. That's fine.
That's absolutely fine. Money won't be quite stable now for the Infused side. They might want to take a double eco here. Sure, they've got match point, they want to end it as quickly as possible, but if you keep force buying up and you bring like shotguns, SMGs out, that's when you find yourself in a world of trouble. No, absolutely, they're going to be ecoing this one. It's certainly a double eco situation, and that's why I said it's got overtime written all over it. They have to take the eco here. 5.7s, PT50s, CZ as well. They've got some body armor, it's what we call a partial buy, so not all in, but the loss bonus starting to accumulate now. They'll be able to buy it to the next round, but there is a little sliver of hope they can pull this one out. As we go to a full B stack, they've got some HE grenades as well. It's the Snake we saw towards A, but this time on the B side. They're all looking towards that upper platform, but I don't think Method will be giving anything away here. Just holding up for any sort of aggression. They're not 100% sure it's an eco at this point. They know it's probably quite likely, but they're just going to be feeling out the map, trying to get some information as to what kind of buy they have. Whether they're stacking, drop all the utility you have. Money is not an issue at this point. Drop everything. Drop the Molotovs, flush out every choke point. Don't face check unless you've got a teammate with you. Use the buddy system, Lauren. You have to do it here. It's a big round. You're one away from losing. Use every strategy and every fundamental of CS you possibly can.
The infamous buddy strategy, but look at this. It's Method throwing them through a loop. Infuse, stack B, hear nothing.
And then they
head
swap
over towards A, and off we go.
That's great. That's actually quite funny to watch. So they were fully stacked in the B bomb site. Then they got a bit of an inkling. It's like, you know what? Let's go towards A. Everyone there this time. And now Method, they go towards B. Pretty beautiful stuff for Method. They'll be able to open
Very nice.
a B bomb site here completely unwelcomed by the CTs. You can see Fry was thinking about staying, but he's gone towards the connector as well. He'll get the bomb down. It's a guaranteed round. And Pulse once again, long A by himself, gets 2 headshots as he takes down Trials. Will be Aaron to punish him, but it doesn't really matter. Like we said, money not a huge factor in this particular scenario. Just want to get rounds on the board, and now they'll be 1 away from taking us to overtime.
Yeah, and you can hear the difference in the room. Neil's very quiet.
Somber tone. It seems like Infused Hype Train has come to a bit of a halt.
Yeah, it's going to be down to the wire, of course. It'll be 14-15. So 1 round in it. Do Infused win it in regular time, or do we go OT and we see if
We're
Method...
definitely going overtime.
You believing?
Yeah.
No two ways about
It
it.
feels like Infused have fallen apart now. They don't really know. They keep just spreading Fryer, that AWP towards long, hoping he has one of those Wanderers rounds, like he gets like 2 or 3 kills, but Pulse is just completely tearing them apart in that area. They don't really seem to know how to shut that down. And Pulse, he seems to be having a very good game so far. Good fundamentals from Method, I have to say. And Infused, yeah, they're having a really rough time here. They'll save an AK-47 after this eco, but it was quite an easy round generally. A little bit funny that they stacked towards B, then got baited all the way back towards A. So I think this will be another time. I didn't quite catch the money from what I can remember. It looked like about 4,500. I caught it for about 1 second, but we'll see if they can buy into this round. So it's an okay buy. Did you catch any of the information there, the strats coming?
I heard just flash.
I heard the word flash. I was hoping you got
That's about all I got there, Henry.
All right.
Well, we'll find out if the flashes do connect, if they do land, if they find their target. And oh, look at these mollies going in. Oh, the burning Method. Stanley's looking a little low. Oh, what are they doing? Fry! He gets 2 for free, a third! Have Method really done this? Have they just thrown this away? Niels and Stanley are going to be sweating bullets here going, was this a mistake? Did we rush it? Did we make mistakes when we had it all to play for? You're banking on Niels delivering now. You need a shot to land or 2. Stanley to find a play, but the bomb.
Come on, boys. Oh, that's a mess. Now they're going to be arguing with each other, making noise. And why did that boost not come in? That would have been a lovely boost. That would have been a perfect flank. Oh, they're trying it again. Still can't do it. Come on, lads.
You know how this works.
What a nightmare. Come on. This is a big round. We can't do a basic boost. All right, let's calm down. 1 minute remaining. The boost didn't work out. Maybe they didn't want to do it. Cancel the boost. Bomb still down. Stanley has to hit this shot, which he does, and this falls apart. It's going to overtime. 2-on-2 situation. Stanley down to 32 points of health. They'll boost towards the tree here. Can they boost? Surely they can. There we go. Up here.
Lovely.
Up and about.
Shot's not there for him, Henry.
No.
Niels does land his, and now we're down to the 1v1. Red Snake up against Niels, 2 veteran players, but as he predicted, Niels.
It's tense, Lauren.
He's going ring. He's got to make noise jumping out of this. I'm pretty sure you can't silent jump anymore. See if you can make it quiet.
He's all right. Oh, you're right.
20 seconds.
Now he's off.
Red Snake's heard this, and he's on the run. He's got the Molotov to put down. That'll buy him time for a plant, at least theoretically. Bomb to be planted. Niels will get a second to position, but look at this. Red Snake's very close by. He wants a quick fight on this. He doesn't want Niels to get settled in. You can see Niels is getting a little anxious here. This is going to be right down to the wire. Infused could win it right here, right now. Or Method are going to drag it into overtime. And Niels, he's got the line of... Oh, he missed! He didn't even get the shot off!
Oh, Infused crumbling there, Lauren. But they do just about comes in. Neil Zeno there with the one-on-one situation against his rival in-game leader there. It's Red Snake coming out on top. It wasn't the prettiest last round, Lauren. That boost, that was a nightmare. Never seen anything like that in my life. They were obviously arguing that point, and I think if they lost that round, they're pretty much done for the evening. But they just about put it off. It's 16-14 to Infused.